Hello and welcome to the Dream Team Tonic podcast as we preview Gameweek 7 Sun Dream Team. It's Monday evening, so we're still only midway through Gameweek 6. West Ham are losing under their new manager already. 1-0 to the Everton. Get him out. Sack him. Sack him.
Get rid.
Tony, how you doing, mate? You good?
I'm all good, mate. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. Yourself, Ben? You good?
Ollie, Ollie, Ollie. Oi, oi, oi.
He's back. He's back and flying.
Up
Best
the
week of the season.
About time, pulled his finger out.
How's your week been, Tone? Should we go straight into it?
Can do, mate.
Boom. No messing about.
Yeah. Foden and Eze come in for me. I did have my first draft. I sent to my tag team partner. Did have Foden and Doku sat in. I was just going heavy City, and then I just got a bit of a fear of Pep roulette. I just thought Doku's doing so well, he's bound to get benched. So yeah, kept Foden in, went for Eze. To be fair, I did want a little bit of either Liverpool coverage or Arsenal coverage going forward. So not putting all my eggs in one basket because it only took one dodgy performance from City and you got 4 of them in there and you're not getting much. So yeah, Eze came in for Watkins, who after his disgraceful performance last week does what Watkins does and scores at the week after. I'll tell you now, he's not coming anywhere near my team again.
I've seen his name mentioned in the questions and I was thinking, surely not. We're not doing this again, are we?
No, just don't go near him. It was a great finish, but yeah.
Ben may disagree. We'll see.
And then
do you think he meant that goal? Do you think he meant it?
Or did he just wanted to get a touch on it, I think, didn't he?
I think he just went to control it and he's gone whoop, and just gone in the goal.
Yeah.
He wasn't even looking at the goalkeeper.
Let us know in the chat if you kept hold of Ollie Watkins this week. The way it goes.
Ben, you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
So and Palmer out obviously because hearing the news that he's out until after that. That were the two. That were the two transfers. Defense. Not many points going on there. 4 points between Konza, Porro, and Gusto. Not great. I was hoping that Gusto didn't come on. I could have used a sub, but he did come on for a 0. Roofs, unbelievable.
Roofs.
He's unreal, isn't he?
Can't sell him.
Another 0.3 rise next week. He'll probably end up most expensive keeper on game at some point. That he's doing the business. Kudos, 5 points. Again, it's he don't get the returns, but he gets the
he looked dangerous though, didn't he?
He did look dangerous. That header, I thought he was just planting that in. Great save onto the bar. But yeah, it still comes away with points, doesn't he? So he's a good asset to have, especially with upcoming fixtures for Spurs as well. Fernandes, obviously, I left Fernandes in because obviously taking Palmer out, I know he's going on to penalties, so he's good. He's a good hold, even if Chelsea don't really. I don't know. They just seem to be since I talked them up as title contenders, it's gone backwards for them. The Chelsea trainers derailed again. So, but 12 points from Fernandes, which is a good little haul with a game to come.
Ryan been one that a load of people took out, I bet, because of the drop.
Yeah. Did he drop 0.2? I think it was, weren't it? I think that were offset with having Kudus in my team. It was offset anyway, 0.2, both of them. So it just didn't lose any value with my team. I think it went up a little bit actually. Reinders just a 4. His position still, I think he's going to get plenty of points and goals this season. He's literally up as a 2 with Haaland half at games. So yeah, hoping to see a little bit more from him points wise, but he's probably going to just hold his place in my team. Eze, Jesus, had 2 great strikes on goal. I think the first one was probably the better one. The low down by Nick Pope, breaking my heart. Only 4 points for him. Foden, I don't know how he only come away with a 2, but that's just the way it is. 5 goals for City and no involvements for Foden. Pedro, 3 points. His days are possibly numbered in my team. Every week it's always a Pedro's a doubt as well, which doesn't
Again,
help.
isn't it, this week?
Yeah, again, straight away. So Pedro's a doubt for the week, for the midweek game. Just whatever, get bored of that now. And Haaland just doing his business late on. Assist and 2 goals. Captain. Beige captain. Has he been in the Discord? 42, double to 42 points, 86 points. Do you know, I've actually got a really good green arrow this week. I think it's because obviously we've got the guest league, and you're looking at Ben's points, and he's absolutely flying. You're thinking, I've had a bit of a pants week, but it just seems that every player in Ben's team performed. It's a fair play.
About time.
That is, that is an interesting one, isn't it? Because like the same with me. Any of the sort of engaged leagues that I'm in, I feel like my score is quite similar to yours. Looks quite low. There's quite a few people that are around 100 odd points, but again, green arrow. So maybe the sort of like engaged or template team is starting to look a bit better than those that don't sort of play it that way. But we'll have a look. Before we look at Ben's absolute mammoth score, we'll say hello to a few people in the chat. So we're live currently with our YouTube channel members and Patreon members. So cheers everyone for your support. You get early access to the pods if you did want to become a member. We've got Ian, we've got Joe, we've got Josh, we've got Philip, Roberto, Icars. Roberto is asking, so what TV series has everyone been watching? You guys are big TV fans? I think he's asking the chat more than us, but
I don't have time.
That's football for me. Ben, any telly for you?
Yeah, when I
Caught us off guard.
When I can, I just catch bits and bobs. I've been watching that Built in Birmingham? The documentary about Birmingham City. I've been watching a bit of that. But I don't really get much time to watch telly.
I watched that new Wayward at the weekend. I think it's only just come out on Netflix, but
sorry, I have watched a couple of episodes of that.
It's all right.
Yeah.
But then I started watching the football.
That's
at the same time. You're not watching it properly. Yeah. Nah, football, mate. Sorry. Ian, Kev, Thomas, Andy B, Miss Snoopy. Already shouted Joe, Steve Ricks. So he's taken out Watkins this week, unfortunately, and he was there at the game. Who else he got? Well, everyone's just talking about TV now in the chat. This is throwing us off there. Thomas Walton, Europa, and Steve. Hello to you all. And you better not turn this off to watch TV, unless it's Everton West Ham. Right, Ben. 105 points.
105 points. I wish I had a few of them points for last week. Are we going to do it tonight on the pod?
Yeah.
I am the weakest link. Goodbye.
We are actually we're gonna have a look at you sat up in first for this week as well.
What's that? Am I literally first for if I was still in the league?
If you were still in there. No, first for the week though.
Should we do it now or are we waiting?
Oh well, we could do it now.
You can do it now if you want. Last week a game week rank of 261k. This week a game week rank of 913. I think I've sort of recovered from last week's disgraceful scoreline, thanks to Watkins' missed penalty on the last day of the game week.
Yeah. It did actually change things. That you'd have survived with if it had scored that.
Oh, it was a massive swing. It was about 18 points or something daft.
Yeah.
For example. Yeah.
That's right, before they start saying about the violins, and I've got a big X here, Ben. Sorry, mate. You are the lowest score. You're kicked out the door.
Goodbye. Anyway, on to this week.
It's the little things, isn't it?
Yeah. So I brought in Reinders and who was the other one?
Oh, Doku.
No, I had Doku already. Kudus I brought in this week. For Palmer and Van der Berg. Van der Berg, Watkins, Palmer, all on a 0.3 drop. So I brought Watkins in 2 weeks ago, and I've lost 0.6 on him already. But he's done the business this weekend. To be fair, he's robbed of an assist as well, which I'm not happy about. How was that a Rodgers assist? Watkins has crossed it.
It hits Rodgers, doesn't it?
It's touched Rodgers. It's touched the defender. It's touched Rodgers, and then the Buendia's put it in the goal. That's a Watkins assist. That
I was there looking at it, going, "That better hit somebody before it goes to Buendia." And then when I seen it hit Rodgers, I'm like, "Yeah, he can't have that."
He knew nothing about it.
I know.
These assists now are getting daft. Yeah, so obviously the Roof's still in goal this season. Matt Sells, isn't he?
Yeah,
just flying. You've had the right goalkeeper 2 years on the trot now, haven't you, Scott? You had Sells at the start of last season.
Yeah, Sells last season. Well, and I think I was with you lads with Johnson as well, wasn't it? The year before? Was that the year before?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 3 years on the trot then.
Yeah. I can't take any credit for going for Roves. I know someone said that they chose. That was Jim Winnett said he chose Roves because of me, but I just saw people saying Sunderland's got good fixtures and he's cheap. So it was one out of any of the three, wasn't it? But that's been a massive swing.
Yeah, especially he went for Perry and he got injured as well.
Yeah. So
I'm happy with that. 10 points. Going to definitely keep him for the points rise, and it's a single game week next week anyway. Romero 3 points. O'Brien playing tonight. Seeing Michael Keane got a goal. I was a bit gutted there. I was thinking, O'Brien. Gusto come off the bench for Neil Poir. Reinders got 4. Fernandez with a nice goal. Did nothing last week for me. Could have done with something last week, but I'll take it. Doku 17 pointer. Kudus 5. Salah 3. Watkins finally gets off the mark, and 42 points for Haaland. So very good week.
Decent, yeah, and still could even get better if O'Brien keeps this clean sheet.
I had more points after the Saturday than I had the whole last week. I think I only got 45 points last week.
You're on the way back now.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Early doors, though, as well, because it is quite compact in it with the scores. But it just shows one good week like that, a few good performances from a few of the lesser-owned players, and you flying again. So
yeah, Doku didn't even get the Huddersfield game. I said on the pod last week, I was thinking I bought Doku in because I thought he's not nailed in the Man City team yet. He'll probably get Huddersfield, and it was Foden. It was the one that got played in the Huddersfield game.
Yeah.
So they've got to play Doku week in, week out now, surely.
Yeah, he's flying.
So good.
Yeah.
83 for me. Again, Roof's hero. Acquired the 4 points. He just isn't the one that keeps getting that swing on Gahey. Gahey is getting return after return.
It was like 0.6 million, weren't it? I don't know where they're at now. But at the time when we were going and looking at the Palace defenders and maybe looking to double up on Palace even.
Yeah.
I think was he 3.3 and Gay with 3.9. I think it was.
Wasn't much between them. Yeah, I think might have been 0.6 and 0.9 possibly on the quad, but yeah, went for the cheaper one. The one that typically I think does seem to be better in the air normally is Lacroix, but yeah, he's getting on the end of everything at the moment. Consa, just the free. Romero with the free, pretty quiet weekend for the defenders. Kudus 5, Foden with 2 again. That swing on that and Doku was pretty mad, but I think I was always going to choose Foden because I had the money there to do it. Anderson 4. People might be a bit upset if they jumped on the Anderson train, but even that one was fairly close. 4 tackles. The yellow card obviously docked a point, but again, another game to go. He sort of accumulates, doesn't he? And then Eze. Yeah, I was kind of interested that you picked Eze as well. I was quite torn, wasn't I? I didn't know whether to go for Calafiori and get the Arsenal defender in, someone that we're going to be talking about quite a lot. I didn't know whether to go to Foden and Eze and use sort of all my budget, or go for Calafiori and Foden, and then that would have given me more choice for this week coming to either go Eze or to go Gyökeres instead. I decided to go for the exciting one in Eze, and obviously was pretty excited to see him start because I wasn't even certain that he would definitely start. And he did end up starting in the 10. I did think he looked really good. I think we've got a bit of an Arsenal. I know someone who is it complained that us talk too much Arsenal on this already, but there's a lot of questions on Arsenal this week, so you're going to be gutted. But yeah, with Eze, it's interesting because he's got no bonus points yet at all this season playing for Arsenal, but he still did look good. But I wonder if it's going to be sort of a different style of Eze to what he was at Palace, Dream Team wise. But watching him was brilliant. It's the first time I've seen an Arsenal player in a while who just wants to get the ball and shoot.
Yeah. And not just that, like his link-up play was brilliant. He looked really on it. He looked sharp. He was linking it up well. I thought Arsenal looked better in there with him there than they have with Odegaard in there. Definitely.
I mean, Odegaard was great when he came on, but Eze was just play forward every time, trying to get at someone or play forward. So yeah, exciting pick. But 4 points isn't great. Salah with the 3, Haaland with the casual 42 points with the armband, as you guys mentioned. And then João Pedro, 3 points. Let us know how you got on in the chat. I think it's time to take a few questions. Drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're not already too. Let's get into it. Oh, and just before, one last request from you guys. Football Content Awards. The voting is still open. If you did want to drop a vote for us, we are finalists. The lads will be going to Ellen Road and hopefully getting their hands on some silverware.
Hopefully.
Link in the description below if you did want to vote for us there. Ben, you're up next actually first. Do you want to talk us through the fixtures next couple of weeks?
Yeah, so single game week this week coming up, and then we got back to another international break. Could be a week to hold your transfers and then reassess in Game Week 8 with 4 or possibly 3. Or you could target someone earlier and get some players in. You haven't got the teams on the
cut them off, and that's no
on
good.
The ticker. Cut them off, mate.
I don't think I can fix that live.
I've got it anyway here on my screen. Yeah, so obviously Liverpool go to Chelsea, Man City have Brentford, Arsenal got West Ham at home, so you could target City, Arsenal. Newcastle got Forest at home, and obviously Europe. Chelsea, Liverpool at home, Tottenham, Leeds away. Villa have Burnley at home. Come on, the Watkins. Forest, go to Newcastle. Palace have Everton away. And then, you've got a few teams with green fixtures, but Would you say Sunderland at home now is a green fixture for Man United?
Absolutely not. I think Sunderland got a cracking pair of fixtures there. They got United and Wolves. Obviously, Wolves after the international break. I do expect Wolves to be a bit better after that international break. They've had a lot of signings. They were very, very unfortunate not to win at the weekend. Did you see the guy who come on for Wolves? What was he called? Tulsa?
Who's that?
Choo or something.
No, not that Chihuahua, whatever he was called. No, not him. It was an absolute monster. I was seeing him outside. I looked at fourth official and I thought, is that fourth official? Like, he looked to me at like 4.5 foot. And there's this big monster that's ready to go. What's he called? Tulsa or something. He scored against Everton the other week. Jesus Christ. Porro and Romero were like trying to mark him. And he's just that big. Like he's been taken from American football or something and just plonked in there. It's crazy.
Agbedu.
No.
There we go.
Striker.
Arakadari.
They've trimmed his name down.
Abracadabra.
The spell in it.
Go on, help us in chat. What was he called?
Tolu Arakadari.
Yeah, he's got a longer name. Yeah. Tula.
Tolu Arakadari.
Anyway. Honestly, he was scary. Yeah. Anyway,
1.97 tall.
I do expect Wolves to be a better side, but Sunderland have a cracking pair of fixtures there. United and Wolves. So Roos may be staying for quite a lot longer. Yes, Nobbles has said it in chat. He is literally that bloke from Green Mile. Absolute animal. He's massive. It doesn't look fair. Yeah, completely sidetracked.
He gave me enough time to bring the fixture ticker properly back.
I just remember looking at him and thinking, Jesus Christ. Who's that?
He's done me a favour there to be able to get the fixture ticker up in time. But by the time you'd pronounce the single name, I'd managed to get that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Anyway,
another international break.
While we're at it, shout out to Dave, who works at Coors. He's trying to sort his a sponsorship deal. So yeah, cheers, Dave. You're listening.
I think you've blown it now, mate. Do you go into some questions? Would you want that? Right. Yeah.
Oh, Tony, how are you getting on in the EFL fantasy?
Oh, don't ask me about that. Honestly, John Webb, who does a league every year. Honestly, I don't know why I started. I might as well just set fire to me 20 quid. But yeah, awful. I forget to change my team. It just doesn't end up going well. Are you in it?
No, Webby asked me to ask you on the pod.
Yeah, I bet he did. It's all right, Webby. That's it. I'm not going to be messaging you back for another 6 months now.
Talking of pronouncing names, Steve's question: Chalubaha is out for the next game against Liverpool in the Prem. Trevor Chalubaha is suspended. Would you use a transfer to get him out? Or would you use a sub as it's decent fixtures after Liverpool? Cheers, Steve.
Just a quick one. Do you think he's lost his powers now he's cut his dreads off? Did you notice? He's been flying this season, hasn't he?
Yeah. Don't know. There seems to be something going on, didn't there, at Chelsea with these red cards now? Sanchez off, Chalobah off.
How long is his ban? 2 games?
It should only be one, shouldn't it?
Yeah, one game.
Yeah, just one. I don't know about that. I know I've used the sub in a single already, and I say I can't talk really, but what do you think on taking Chalobah out, using a sub to do so? Would you wait? Would you just keep him in? Because I know what it means about the Chelsea fixtures, because we'll have a few questions on some other people as well, but obviously it's Liverpool in a single, which now looks terrible, having key players out as well. But then after that, Forest Ajax. Forest are obviously down as a red fixture, but is it really a red fixture anymore?
Not at the minute.
But then you could say the opposite about Sunderland. Then it's Sunderland, which is down as a green, but they're turning out to be better than we thought. But Wolves after that, Spurs, that should be green. Spurs are pants. And Karabag.
I think Chelsea are rotating loads anyway. I mean, you just move on to the next thing, I think, now. Just sell him.
He's been a good, apart from the red card, he's been pretty good. We don't know when he brought him in, but
if you've got no other fires to put out, I would sell him and just move on to someone who's going up in price and you've got a good run of fixtures. If you really want to keep him, I wouldn't use a sub on him. I just don't see the point in using a sub in a single game week.
Defenders could easily get a 2-3 pointer this week, couldn't they?
Yeah, so if you want to keep him for the run, just take the blank. But I think just move on to something else if you can. But it wouldn't be the priority in my team if I had other things to put out.
So what's his price now? 4.1.
I don't mind leaving him in if you want him after international break, and obviously if you use a sub rather than a transfer, you're saving that transfer. I don't mind that.
I think if you can move that to an Arsenal defender, I don't mind that. It's quite a nice price, and at 4.1 you can get places with that.
Calafiori is 4.4.
Yeah. I think I'd sell. Breezy up next. To Salah or not to Salah? His question is. Don't know if he's actually got Salah yet or if he's contemplating taking him out.
Well, if you have him, I'd hold him. And if I didn't have him, I'd probably look to bring him in at some point. I'd be happy to not have him next week, even though he's got a decent record against Chelsea. But I definitely want him in for the Man United double game week. Man United in Frankfurt in game week 8.
That's the thing, though. The worry is, we're just saying about Chalobah out. They've got so many injuries at the back, suspensions now. I think it's. I thought it was just Badiashile and Achipong who they had available, but that Hato played, didn't he? But I think that's all they're down to, sort of centre back wise. I just feel like we've done this already with Salah. He was quiet until he wasn't, and then he's still game week 4, 9 points, 16 points, then a 6-pointer.
Have you seen the points tally? Like, he's still up there.
Where's he on the overall?
Joint 4th highest player in the game. 54 points.
Still about you lads, but I'm just happy just to. Well, Tony, have you got him now? Did you bring him in eventually?
No, I've not had him at all.
I was about to say I'm happy just to leave Haaland and Salah there and not think too much about those spots. But what's your? You won't be bringing him in this week if you haven't got him, would you?
No, definitely not. I just. Do you know, he's one of these. He's going to be capable of these big hauls, and they're going to hurt when they do hit. Like Ben just said, he's still got 54 points, but then so's Gomez at Brighton. Is it sustainable? I don't know. I just something's shifted. His last 3 averages 3 points a game. Oh, I'm not going to say Mo Salah's a bad pick. He's not a bad pick, is he? He's just a lot of money. And at the start of the game, it were to the detriment of the rest of your team to have Haaland and Salah. You did have to pick maybe one or two more budget players to fit them both in. And I didn't want to do that. So I went with Haaland. Salah's not showing me anything that I think I should bring him in. Especially now that Isak's going to be playing more minutes as well. There's a lot of goal scorers in that team. A lot of goal scorers. I just think it's going to be shared a little bit more. If they're not scoring 4 or 5 a game, who's to say that when they're winning 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, that it isn't Ekatike getting one, Gakpo with one, and Gravenberch, who's on an absolute monster run, getting one. He's not passing the eye test for me either. He's looked better since he's come in. Seems like it gave him a little bit of a boot up arse, and he did have a really good game straight after. But yeah, have to see.
The problem is that there's not anyone particularly pulling up trees to like have as an alternative. So like almost, is it like if you was, I don't know, looking and thinking, oh, if I've got Salah, I can't get Isak or I can't get Watkins. So like there's not Gyökeres. I know this week looks like a better fixture, but no one's on fire at the minute. So yeah, I don't think it's.
I didn't think with the amount of options that they are up top, I didn't think I'd ever drop from having 3 strikers. I've now got 2, which is Pedro and Haaland, and I don't want Pedro. So can we do a 4-5-1?
You want to get the single game week players in. Igor Thiago.
Do you know, I brought him in fancy Igor Thiago. He's done well for me. He's
I took him out this week. I'm fancy.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, he's got City next anyway, hasn't he? But yeah, the strikers, like you said, they're not ripping up trees, are they? They're not doing much. A lot of the high scoring players are in other positions, apart from Thiago, and obviously Salah is still up there, but
that's what worries me. Like I think that probably has covered it really, because if you haven't got him, you're not going to buy him for just Chelsea away. But I think if you've got him, you're not in any rush to take him out for that fixture. But then it's the game week. I don't think anyone's going to captain him in game week 7. There's plenty else on offer. I think you're fine. But in game week 8, as soon as you get back into doubles and it's Man United at home, who have just been a bit all over the place, and then Eintracht Frankfurt away, I think that one might be a bit more of a worry. TT Philip, would you bring Watkins in for Pedro this week? Tony, are you bringing Watkins in?
No. Absolutely not.
Turned a corner.
Well, I don't mind the fixtures and stuff, but he's done me now. He's burnt me, and it's still a little bit raw. Like say, I'm throwing comments around like he'll never be back in my team, and basically it's like he's a woman and she's done the dirty on me. I'm not going back there, but give it 6 months, might forgive.
Once you've had a few cores, like
Watkins
is giving you the eye across the room.
I've started doing my transfers in the morning.
I'm not in any rush to get him back in, regardless of the fixtures. I haven't even owned him on this format, but I've owned him on plenty others, and my patience wore out.
I mean, look, if Pedro's fit, I don't mind Pedro against Liverpool. They're not that great at back. When we had Jim on last week, I called that Crystal Palace a turn him over. They've not looked great this year. Look, they've got out of jail quite a few times, and it was just. I mean, even with the Salah handball. I mean, that was ridiculous. Did you see that?
Yeah.
How they not give that?
I'm a bloody Arsenal fan, no.
How they not give it?
Corruption.
I cannot believe it. Obviously justice in the end with Crystal Palace game. And then when
Yeah,
they
I thought it
started
was
looking
gonna
at
be another
VAR
one.
for that one, I'm like, you get away.
God, yeah, like how long just for that Nketiah one? I was
know.
thinking they're trying to find any way.
Yeah, they was. They
Disallow
were
this.
looking over the last 5-minute footage to try and see.
There's got to be
the ball.
something here.
Yeah, the ball went out of play for a throw-in. Yeah, anything. But yeah, I don't mind Pedro in that game. If he's fit, I think he'd do all right against that defense. So no, not for me that one.
I think there's just good choices. I know Burnley at home looks a nice fixture, but I think Arsenal, West Ham at home looks all right. You've got City as well, Brentford. Well, look okay. City are on one at the minute. I think even Newcastle's fixture looks all right this week. Is it Forest?
Yeah.
Forest at home.
Yeah.
Newcastle, I still think look pretty good. Spurs, Leeds away. I think there's plenty of choices, even if you want to change formation, that would be more appealing than going for Watkins, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm sure Ben won't be taking him out, though.
Definitely not.
One more. He could be the guy that turns your season around.
I hope so. Yeah, he literally survived in my team because of the Palmer injury. I was fuming after the Thursday game.
Miss.
I was like, he is going, but sometimes you just gotta, I could have held Palmer and substituted him out, and then hoping that he's back for Liverpool, he might miss the Liverpool game, and then you've got him back for after the international break. But it's a lot of money just to be sat there, so I decided to move him, and then it gives me a bit more flexibility to bring in the players I want. So yeah, Watkins survived because he had good fixtures, basically.
I think even if Watkins blank, that's still the right player. Because they were both going to go down, but we knew Palmer weren't going to play.
Yeah.
And so you'd have been taking the 0.3 anyway. Then you'd have to use a sub. So it weren't really worth it, were it? It's the right player, whether Watkins blanked or did what he did. That worked out well.
DT Phillip, if Livramento is injured, would you leave him in your team until after the international break and hope he'd be fit after? I've not seen what the latest update is. If there's been anything since. It's hard to say without seeing his team, but I wouldn't want to just leave an injured player in there. I know we did it with like Ballard at the start of the season, but if you've not got any other issues, don't you just address it?
Yeah, look quite bad. Like I think he'll be missing till at least after the international break.
Did he not get stretchered off?
Yeah.
Just trying to have a quick look and see if there's anything. I did see someone post something in our Discord.
If it's anything that's going to stretch beyond, like I say, if it does look a serious one, if it's going to stretch beyond mid-October when we come back after the international break, then you've just got to do it. That's a fire to put out, that.
Yeah, I think I'd take him out, to be honest with you, personally. Like, the people were doing it with Ballard because he was like, was he 2 million or 2.5 million? What was he?
Yeah.
There was it was so hard to like move him out for someone, but Livramento's at a decent price. And now I know you will get the price rise because he subbed off keeping the clean sheet, didn't he? I think possibly in that game, but no, I think I would probably sell him. That sort of leads into the second part of his question, which I think we've been asked in a roundabout way by a few people. But what are your thoughts then? And you mentioned it on rolling your transfers for after the international break. So little reminder there. International break after game week 7 and then into a European double game week in game week 8. Any plans to roll transfers? Do you think it's beneficial or?
Yeah, I like it. I like being able to roll it. I've not been managed to do it yet this season, but I'm possibly close to rolling. Given that there's a single, obviously the likes of Gusto or Pedro, who is injured again. if they don't play, I've not looked at the timings yet, but I could just use a sub and then go into game week 8 with 4 transfers. And I think then if you can get between 4 and 6 transfers, I think you're in a really good place to be able to manipulate your team each week and deal with because we've had so many injuries. Have you ever really been able to make the transfers you want because you're being forced into certain transfers? So say if Palmer wasn't injured this week, then the decision isn't made for you to take out Palmer and leave in Watkins. It kind of forces your hand. So it might have been your usual transfer would have been get Watkins out, keep Palmer in because Palmer's playing, and it just formation wise and other things they're all dictated to you. I think the more transfers you've got, the better you'll be. And we know what international breaks are like, especially if all the South Americans are going off. It's a nightmare. So yeah, I think it is the play. Roll 1 or 2.
That's the problem. You keep them. You have the extra transfers, but no manager's going to be honest with you anyway by the first one. So
it's smart to just roll them again and just. Well, you've got the sub feature, which does help.
Yeah.
Especially in a single, it helps. But yeah, the tricky bit with a double, isn't it? Is like you take them out, they play the second game and get a monster score.
Yeah,
you'd be really would be kicking yourself. So yeah, I'd like to have the 4 transfers going into game week 8.
but are you willing to give up on some of them nice game week 7 fixtures though? Because I do think there's some quite targetable ones there. Like I think Arsenal West, I've mentioned them, but Arsenal West Ham, Spurs Leeds. I think City's still fine. And then after that, I think you can get, if it was like, there was the week where it was the cup, and it looked a bit less appealing. There weren't like great fixtures. I kind of fancied it that week.
Yeah.
So like if a lot of these teams that do have a nice fixture in game week 7 also start a good run, but it's not like that you're just getting someone in for a one-off. Like Arsenal, West Ham, Fulham, Atletico, Crystal Palace, Brighton, Newcastle starting all right looking run there. Spurs gets a little bit harder. I don't know. What do you think, Ben?
Yeah, like you say, Man City, Arsenal, Newcastle, Tottenham, Palace definitely interest me this week, and they have a good run of games afterwards. I can get to some good players from. I've got Gusto in my team. I could move him on because he's got Liverpool, but might be the better play just to suck it up and might get a 1-pointer. And then next week you got your 4 transfers. Get rid of all your non-European players, and you've still got. I've got 2 non-European players anyway. I know, Tony, you didn't really buy any Carabao Cup players, did you? Really for the start of the game? But I targeted the Carabao Cup. So I've still got 2 left in there because I've had a few injuries with Palmer. I didn't want to take Palmer out. Could have got rid of a early Carabao Cup player. So I've got O'Brien and Roof still in there. So yeah, I could move them on in game week 8 when the double game weeks start again. Then I'll still have me 2 transfers, probably get rid of Gusto and 1 other, or even roll 1, do 3 transfers in game week 8.
And that's the only thing I was looking at that was quite similar. Like if I was technically going to maybe bring an Arsenal defender and swap Roafs to, like if I'd planned to move Roafs to like sells, but then because of the price rise, you're going to keep him now. Rather than spend that transfer elsewhere, could I keep that transfer possibly and then spend that in 8? I mean, that's too bad. Apparently the Everton clean sheet's gone.
Has it?
Yeah. Chat saying Bowen goal right on late.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I have thought about it, but I am tempted to try and target some of them fixtures. I think we're going to come on to players to target now, so let's go straight into that. Game week 7. Best captain picks first.
Let's
What
get
do
me
you think
team
on
up.
captaincy? The
Right.
obvious one to start with is obviously Haaland, isn't it?
Yeah.
Brentford away.
I think there's 3 in my team that could be captains, which obviously is Haaland. But then I'm also Kudus at Leeds.
Yep.
Is a possible, because he has been unlucky last few games. He should have had a goal at least. He should have had probably 2 or 3, but yeah, he's due one. So that's a possible. And Eze against West Ham. I know they got the new manager, but sometimes you struggle to polish a turd. Because they have been struggling since Moisey left. So Eze is a possible one. Kudus and obviously the beige Haaland. But I think Haaland's going to be that highly capped. I think it'd be crazy to go against him with Brentford, because you could see him scoring 3 there easily.
Ben, your captain in Watkins. Played the fixture.
I'm sorry, Ollie, but I just can't do it again. I think I'll just take the differential points, if you get any, for just being in my side. I went a bit too gung-ho last time, and it bit me. So, yeah, I think, Haaland's a favourite for me. But, yeah, I have Kudus. But, yeah, Kudus is due. He's been very close, like you said, last 2 games.
Yeah.
Kudus, like, if you've got Eze, could be a good pick.
Doku,
yeah.
You've
Doku's
got
flying. I do like a Palace player as well, like Mateta or Munoz, if you've got them. Anyone dare go Bruno now? He's missed his 2nd penalty.
I'd written the fixture down. Like, would you do it if you had them?
I don't
on
think
your
I
team?
would. No.
Might not even be on pens anymore.
Pardon?
Do you think he'll even be on pens anymore?
You got to put a boom on him, haven't you?
Well, he missed one in the cup, didn't he?
Yeah. He scored one. That
And
when it
Cunha.
went round again, didn't it?
Yeah, and Cunha missed one.
Yeah.
Like, none of them are scoring.
I thought that I would. In my head, a few weeks back, I thought that I might end up getting Gyökeres in for this fixture, and then captaining him. But I just feel like maybe too many things have kind of popped up that makes it less appealing. Like, he's not been amazing. I think he could be a good pick this week, but I'm still kind of working out, like, he's not going to get points from anywhere else, is he? He doesn't seem like he's going to be getting bonus or anything like that. He's probably going to be someone in the more out-and-out striker mold where it's shots on target or nothing.
Yeah.
Which he could easily get, but you've also now coupled that with the West Ham possible manager bounce, if you think that could come. And then Saka's back as well, which I think Gyökeres is going to be a pen taker. Saka grabbed the ball, didn't he, when we were waiting? But then they do the old switch.
Yeah.
One grabs the ball.
He was definitely just grabbing that to pass to Gyökeres.
I think so.
I got that vibe.
Sneaky assist.
Yeah. But then I thought I would be more on Eze. I thought I'd be more set on what his role is. Like, it'd be nice to know that he's definitely, I'll cap him and he'll be left wing, or I'll cap him and he'll be 10.
Yeah.
But at the moment, he could be left wing, he could be 10, he could be on the bench.
Yeah.
So I think it's quite difficult to cap an Arsenal player. As much as I would probably like to captain Gyökeres, I think you do at least know he's going to start. But he's not the easiest to get in your team. But I think he could be a consideration.
Yeah, he's not set the world alight, has he?
It's hard because the fixtures. I mean, if that was a pen, can get your opinions or whether you thought that was a pen. But if that was a pen, he grabs the ball, bangs in the pen. I think everyone's probably going for him this week.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a pen. It's not a pen because he's got a touch on the ball, but it wasn't a dive. He's not. It does. I mean, it was a little bit theatrical by the end of it, but it was so, like even Pope didn't really claim for that, did he? He didn't say off on a touch or whatever, but he had got a touch. He did touch his foot, so he had actually made a tackle. It was just nobody really knew until they started looking at it properly. So yeah, unfortunate that. Unfortunate, really.
I've seen so much VAR. They show replays and every decision to death that I just watched it, and I was chatting to a few guys in the Discord at the time, and I was like, I honestly don't even know anymore. Like, I obviously was first things shouting for a pen, and then they were like, oh yeah, but he's touched the ball. But then it was like, did he mean to touch the ball, or did Gyökeres touch the ball against him? And I heard them talk about it and analyze it for so long. I was like, do you know what? I haven't got a clue.
Do you remember? Do you remember when Saliba headed the ball last season and he followed through and he butted the guy in the back of the head and he gave a penalty for it? It's the same sort of thing, isn't it? Like, he's won the ball, but just followed through. But Pope didn't really follow through, did he? He just put his leg like that.
He basically tripped him, and he afterwards, after the fact. It's so tough. You're never going to see that in normal play. A ref would never see that. He just has to. You see what the ref's saying, penalty, and everybody else. When we look at it in full speed, it's a penalty. Yeah. And then you usually go off the reaction of the players, and if the keeper if he starts pointing at the ball, adamant he got a touch, then you start going, well, hold on, did he get a touch?
Probably didn't know either, did he?
It just seemed like no one had an idea.
No, I didn't feel the sense of injustice that I have on some previous decisions. But yeah, anyway, I think he could be a good shout if you were planning to get him in.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I can go against, like, if he scores points in a similar way to Haaland, he definitely isn't looking anywhere near as good as Haaland or anywhere near as trustworthy as Haaland right now. So
yeah, Haaland's on it. He's
probably on it. Haaland for me. Con, are these £5 million Arsenal defenders worth the money? What do we think, lads?
You want them, you just don't want to have to pay the money for them.
Do you know what I mean? Like, discount code.
Yeah, you'd be all over them with a discount code, wouldn't you? And that's obviously like the likes of when you talk about bringing Calafiori, who's obviously doing really well. Did he get a 0 this week though, or a 0 or 1?
It weren't much.
Yeah, I know he got the yellow card.
Got the yellow card and subbed off early. I don't know how many yellow cards he's on, but it does feel like he's tallied them up a little bit, actually.
Yeah, it does. It's obviously Gabriel. You probably won't. He's going to go up 0.3, I guess.
He's on 3.
He's on 3, but I don't know if some of them may have been in Europe, possibly. I don't know.
But yeah, 4.9 for Gabriel. I mean, it's cheap. It's cheap.
Yeah, that's made it hard, isn't it? That gap, Gabriel coming down by quite a lot. He's now, what's that, 0.5 between him and Calafiori? I still think I'd go Calafiori.
But Gabriel's going to go up, and Calafiori is possibly going to go down this week. So that you're going to
another game to go.
1.1 million if the next game goes okay for them both. I think if you want Gabriel, I think you got to get him now. Saliba and Timber a little bit too high, a little bit too high for my liking.
And then you go up to Timber at 5.2, and but then obviously depending on what formation you're at, you're like, for 0.3 I can get Gyökeres, depending on what formation you're on. Don't know. I think I would probably still just go for the cheaper in Calafiori. I think there is a really nice opportunity though with the fixtures to, if you could fit 2 in there possibly as well. I know it's a massive chunk of budget, but yeah, how do you feel in general? Do you see yourself bringing in Arsenal defence this week or next week?
I'd like to get one in. I'd like to get either Timber or Gabriel in at some point. The danger is they get too far away because they're already. Well, Gabriel's not so bad at 4.9, for Gabriel. That's a decent price. Timber 5.2, like you say, he's creeping towards some of the bigger hitters in the other positions, midfield and forwards there. But if you can afford it, and this is why we grow our budgets early doors, is to be able to afford these players, especially defensive players who we might not have put much of our budget in to begin with. That's why we build the budget to try and get them in. So, tempted. A good fixture as well. You can see a clean sheet going into that international break and then back-to-back doubles coming off that. It's a good week to get them in.
I do like Arsenal defence, but I don't think I can get to the big 5 million near ones. But Calafiori is interesting. But when you see Gehi's about the same price, I think he's definitely nailed. Like, he'll play Carabao Cup and everything. Calafiori could get rotated with Lewis Skelly, so I'd probably go Gehi over Calafiori. But then you've got even cheaper players at Palace. So, but yeah, Gehi's the main man in the defence. I mean, I prefer to have Munoz, but he's 5.2 or something now.
That's what's crazy, isn't it? Like, I think Timber at 5.2 or Munoz at 5.2. I know every week Arsenal can have the clean sheet odds, but Daniel Munoz is class, and he 5.5 Munoz.
Yeah.
Got a horrible looking double coming up in 9, though, aren't they? Arsenal and Liverpool. Both away.
Yeah, but they're good.
I know. They're
really good.
Like 18 games, are they? Some crazy stat like that. They are a good side.
This is one thing that I did see about the Arsenal fixtures. So I'd seen someone shared a tweet in an Arsenal group I'm in about like this, because everyone keeps saying this is the start of Arsenal's really good run of fixtures. West Ham is the first one. West Ham beat us 1-0 at home last season. The second one is Fulham away. We drew 1-1. The third, well, then there's Atletico Madrid. But the third one is Palace at home, which we drew 2-2. And then it's Brighton in the Cup, which Brighton at home was 1-1. So all 4 of them fixtures, no clean sheets and no wins. So I don't like to think the exact same thing will happen again, but
yeah,
you'll be hemorrhaging value there, won't you? If you're not keeping clean sheets in those games, you'll be dropping quite quick.
Do you remember last season everyone jumped on Arsenal when they played Leicester and Southampton and like 2 games in a row, and then they conceded in both of them?
It does make you wonder if there's a bit of like a mindset shift. Like, we've just played some really big games and kept it tight, kept it compact, defence first. Could very well come into these games and think, yeah, we'll play Ødegaard and Eze and we won't defend as much. We'll throw it forward and end up conceding goals. But you just never know. I think I'll have at least one Arsenal defender by next week. Then I'll have to have a think about the other one. Because of the funds. Porro. Has anyone still got him?
Yeah, me.
Hold or sell? Sell him to an Arsenal.
You're never happy when he sits out the game. He's not been as good on the Matrix this season. So he's kind of held his value to a degree. I thought he'd drop more. He's not bad points-wise. He's ticking along. I suppose he would due a rest, especially with Udogie coming back in. He looked really sharp himself, to be fair. They got him. Jed Spence is obviously doing a good job as well. So because of that, they've obviously found the time to go, do you know what, we'll just put Porro on bench for a game and give him a rest, as he's played 90, I think. Since
Played him in the big one, didn't they, against Doncaster?
Yeah. That didn't go that well, did it? It's a tough one because you can just go straight across to pretty much Timber if you wanted to. You know, Timber, Gabriel. I am half tempted. I could do Porro. In my side, I could do Porro, who he shouldn't be a rotation doubt, but you never know. And Gusto, who never seems to be on the pitch ever since I brought him in. And with that, I could bring in Gabriel and Calafiore, or Timber and Calafiore.
I do think that's the only thing about like going Arsenal. If you did go to Arsenal defence or something, and you do get it right, you know there's a lot of people that aren't going to be able to afford Arsenal defence right now.
Yeah,
it would be tempting. It's just so annoying though when the clean sheet gets wiped out and you've got no other like route.
Yeah, that is it. But I do only have 3 defenders, but I don't have Salah, so that's the only reason I would be able to get to them. Is I've got Porro and I don't have Salah.
Talking defenders, I've just seen who got the assist for the West Ham goal.
Diouf,
4th assist of the season.
Yeah, he's so attacking. So attacking he is.
Called it right for the start of the season, but just patience not there.
We can't when they're so low budget and
conceding so many goals as well.
Yeah, like what was it? Even when he were getting his assists, he were getting 0 points because he were getting -4 points for bloody conceding so many.
What would you do, Ben, with Porro? Would you keep or sell?
I'd be tempted to just keep him. I think he's just had his rest, so
yeah,
it will play. He's still, what is he now? 46 points. So he's 6th on the top defenders list. I totally understand the move across to Arsenal because they're a more solid team. If you want to do that, but I'd be tempted to hold him and just see it through this week, see it through the Leeds fixture, and then reassess next week. I would imagine there'll be something else in your team. Everyone's got problems this season. It's not the biggest problem.
I've done this last season, got fed up with him getting rotated like 1 in 3 or 1 in 4, and then every time he'd have his rest and then come back and score like 20 points or something stupid, didn't he?
5 bonus points.
Yeah, granted, he was getting bonus then, and he's not particularly getting bonus at the moment. But
he's on still pieces, money.
Yeah, but it's still only like it still is only 5-6 games in.
Yeah,
if you've played Europe, you've had a couple more games. He could just start getting bonus still potentially. It's still quite early to pick up on the patterns, but. Yeah, I guess keep him unless moving him to an Arsenal going for that clean.
Yeah.
Stick or twist on Roths. That's got to be a unanimous stick, hasn't it?
Stick.
Definitely.
I still would be eyeing up sells eventually, but don't feel pressing at the moment. Dave, with these look a good quick fire really. Dave's asking Sarr and Simmons worth moving them on. I'd move Sarr, but I think Simmons is still looking good. I like the look of him.
He had an awful game last game. Like it just seemed that anything he touched went wrong.
Yeah, it weren't coming off.
Yeah, but he's so good. He's so good, and I think he'll be good on the good on the matrix, and he'll get points from anywhere. That lad. So Yeah,
Still looking good for PPM, and I think he finished on 7, and he had a bad game.
Yeah, I'd stick with him.
Yeah, sell Sarr, keep Simmons.
Ian, is it time to say goodbye to Cucurella and Pedro? Sort of covered Pedro a little bit. I think I would sell Pedro this week. He's one of the guys I might consider going Pedro to Arsenal defender potentially, or if I can find a way to Gyökeres, but I don't think I've got the cash to do it.
Yeah, I think Pedro's days are numbered at the minute, but I still not. If he's fit, I still don't mind the hold for the Liverpool game.
It's just the long-term fixtures. They start a good run after Liverpool, I think. Like, I don't think you're going to sell Enzo now, are you? Just because it's Liverpool, you both probably keep him, and then
he stays on penalties as well, isn't he? So it's a nice little bonus of having him. That
see, there's a debate about that. No, there's people saying that João Pedro gave Enzo the last penalty because he was getting stick off the crowd. So I'm not sure.
When you score one, I feel like you then could take the next one.
He was taking them before, weren't he? Before Palmer started taking them, I think he missed a couple, and then they were like, right, Palmer said it's my turn.
I'd sell Cucurella.
I mean, I'm not fussed about selling him or keeping him. You know what I mean? I wouldn't buy him, and I wouldn't be in a rush to sell him. But yeah, I understand there's other defenders that have got better fixtures. But yeah, like I say, if there's nothing else to sort out anything, you can move to an Arsenal defender.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Bruno, this is Jacko. Bruno, hold for another week ahead of Sunderland or sell? Let's hold him. I think if you've got him.
Yeah, you got to hold, I think. Got to hold him. He does tick along, doesn't he? I know it's only single game week as well, and you can reassess after that. He ain't got Europe anyway, so sell him next week.
It is funny though, like I listen to a lot of football, fantasy football content, and it's just like, oh, if he'd have scored if he'd have scored that, we'd all want him. And then Fulham, if he'd have scored the Fulham pen, we'd all want him. But like, at what point do you go? He didn't know he's missed 2.
Yeah.
Sesko on pens next.
It's got to be, hasn't he?
I would keep him. I would keep him for this one. Like in single game weeks, he's still one of the top players, I think. When everyone's got singles this week, a similar story. If you're worried about getting, if you were going to sell him, just keep that. You could just keep that transfer behind and make that move the week after.
Yeah.
But then when he scores and gets 0.3 rise, you won't want to sell him again. His second part. Is it worth trying to roll 3 or 4 transfers into the next week ahead of an international break? We kind of covered that. But you could keep your extra one for when you want to get Bruno out the following week when he misses another pen.
Yeah, have you ever tried Oasis soup? You get a roll with it.
For fuck's sake.
Hang on.
Where did that
come? You could see I found the sound effects button today. Shay, with Arsenal's great fixture on from Gameweek 7 onwards, who's the best attacking assets? We've done defence. Eze, Saka, Gyökeres in terms of least rotation risk and routes to points. Let me get your views as non-biased.
Surely Saka is the main man when he's back. He's obviously back in the team now. Minutes being managed, but Eze's probably the easiest one to get to value-wise. 5.2 million. Saka's still 6.1. And Gyökeres is 5.5. So I'd probably be more interested in Eze at the minute.
Tony obviously brought Eze in.
Yeah. Yeah. I prefer Eze. If Saka's not on penalties, I want Eze. If Saka's on pens, I think it changes things a little bit to your thinking. You probably try and find that extra 0.8, 0.9 million to try and get to Saka. But yeah, while it's up in the air and there's doubts, I think just Eze, put him in, let him tick along.
We interrupt this broadcast to tell you Dewsbury Hall's just picked up his fifth yellow card. You are suspended, my friend.
That's in last minute, is it?
And after all, you're my Dewsbury Hall.
He'll lose his bonus point there as well.
I pretty much agree. I think I've put Eze as my number one. Although I don't feel strongly. I don't have a strong answer for any of these three. But yeah, I think 5.2 is a lot less disruptive to your team than getting a 6.1 Saka. If I'm paying 6.1, I want a fully fit, firing Saka, not a subbed off after 70 minutes Saka. And then I like the minutes on Gyökeres and the fact that he could get a pen, and I do think he will take it. That's the only thing I'm thinking. But then I was trying to look at between Gyökeres and Eze, and you think, what's Gyökeres' route to points? Obviously, the goal penalty, but if he's not scoring, it's just shots on target. But Eze's got 7 shots on target already, and Gyökeres has only had 5, which was quite surprising. So, yeah, I feel a bit more comfortable with Eze in terms of routes to points, but again, no bonus points for Eze is a little bit strange compared to what we're used to seeing Eze at Palace.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I do kind of feel like he may not be as good of a pick as he was for Palace. I think that's probably fair to say he's not going to be the main focus, but I think I'd just go Eze at the moment. But I'm more interested in getting Gyökeres than I am Saka for this week.
Yeah.
But Saka is still a really good pick. Similar question, I think, from Bradders was asking, after Calafiori going down, he's 0.1 off of Saka and Calafiori. So would you rather Gyökeres or Eze? So similar question. I think just about Eze, but I think they're both good. And then is Gameweek 7 the week to bring Saka or Eze, or do we wait until Saka can play the full 80-90 twice a week? We've got another game. That's the only thing I would say about Arsenal. We've got another game to watch against, is it Olympiacos at home this week? So I guess the Olympiacos at home game is going to be more comparable to West Ham in terms of the way we might play. So
yeah,
just wait and see what happens in that one as well.
We were chatting about Scott, because we were saying about bringing Eze in this week. I was bringing him in for this double.
Yeah, I didn't think he would play Newcastle.
I'm bringing him in for Olympiacos and West Ham. That was the 2 games where I was thinking that's lovely. That I'll have them. Newcastle, if he can do a bit there, happy days. Because obviously, really tough place to go. Good side, Newcastle. And is he going to start? Or if he doesn't start, how many minutes is he actually going to get to impact anything? So, yeah, the next 2 are what I wanted. So, really, in that theory, I should maybe bring in another Arsenal asset this week, because that West Ham game was one that I'm looking at.
That's the thing. I do think that's where the edge is at the moment. Like, I'm probably going to bring one defender in. So I'm going to have one Arsenal defence, one Arsenal attacker. It may be more than what, I don't know, the average is or the ownership is, but
yeah,
I think if you do want the real edge, you want like double defence or you want double attack, possibly, don't you?
Yeah.
I think one of each is it's okay. But I don't think you fly up unless you do get something massively right.
I mean, Gabriel, he's defence and attack, isn't he?
2 for 1. Even Calafiori is running up the pitch. I feel less confident doing that Calafiori one, it being a single, but I think I would probably take the risk still.
Yeah.
And see it as like a block of fixtures rather. Right, Joe Cook, your best 3 Dream Team midfielders to hold now if you could pick, regardless of budget. Says the answer isn't Newcastle, apparently. I think there was a little tiff going on with our Newcastle supporting Discord members.
Well, I think at this moment in time, I think the 3 that I'd have would be Kudus, Doku, and Fernandez. I just think Enzo, sorry, yeah, not Bruno. I just think they've got lots of routes to points, and as well, like Doku is showing really, really good form as well. He's passing the eye test. Like usually, I think last season, his end product wasn't quite there. A little bit frustrating. He's such a talented player, but he was still getting Dream Team points, but he weren't quite passing that eye test kind of thing. Whereas now, it seems it's coming together, and not only is he getting points for all his dribbles and fouls won and all that stuff, he's actually got an end product, and that's showing in his point tally. So, yeah, Doku, Fernandez, and Kudus for me.
That's funny. I'd wrote down Enzo. I'd put Enzo and Kudus, but then I thought about Doku and I was like, he feels more like someone I might go for like a specific game or specific fixture. So I'd only put them 2 down, to be honest.
Yeah, I think, like you said, that is how you were seeing Doku before, but I doubted it this week, and I let the doubt get in my head. I love Doku. I think he's a great player, but that roulette thing still bothering me a little bit. But he seems a solid pick now. Sure, like you say, he's got to start. He's got to be cemented in that team.
I know any of our long-term listeners will know that we've banged on about this for years, but like he could be like the Mahrez kind of pick where he is worth just keeping through the benchings at times because you don't know when the 20-pointer's coming.
The good thing with Doku is that because he's so direct and he'll always try and dribble, is that even if he comes on for 20 minutes, he's very much like a Traore kind of guy where he only needs that 20 minutes. He could easily get to 3 bonus points. Easily.
Yeah, he used to get his 7 rating, didn't he, in minutes?
Yeah, literally. Just running with ball. And that's pretty much what Doku could do. So, yeah, I agree with that. He could. But as it's going, he's getting so many minutes. You need him in.
Ben, any pick and sticks?
I'm surprised you boys aren't bigging up Phil Foden anymore.
Nah, he's rubbish. He had 1 bad game. crap now.
Terrible for them.
Yeah, he was the. Everyone was on him at the weekend, weren't they? Oh, Phil Foden because he scored against Huddersfield.
To be fair, even that finished on 7 ppm and picked up like a late yellow card, wasn't it? So that straight away is a swing of like 3 points. Chuck another 3 points on top and he gets 5 points. You're thinking, yeah, that's solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this question towards my team or as in a generic
stick and picks? I didn't put Anderson. I'll throw Anderson in the mix. I've not given up on him after 1 bad game, but
I've got a question for you actually. Now you've just brought up Anderson. Who's the better player? Not Dream Team wise, Wharton or Anderson?
Wharton by a mile. He should be going to World Cup and he'll be running that England midfield. Honestly, he is a generational talent. He's unbelievable.
I'd probably agree.
I said this at Rovers years ago when he first broke into Rovers' first team. I said, I have not seen someone play football as easy and as comfortable as he makes it look. It's like it's such a weird thing to see. And the last person I've seen do that for Rovers were two guys, and he was a player. And they laughed. Oh, there were a few people commented underneath like, "You must be like what drugs are you taking?" kind of thing. He's nowhere near two guys level. But I'm telling you this: he's got to go to the World Cup. He's the best midfielder in that position. Like him and Declan Rice should be centre midfield pairing for England, definitely. They can both do both sides of it, 6 and 8. They can both do it.
Yeah, but Jordan Henderson.
Fuck off.
Did you not see his goal for Igor?
No, do you know what? I do like Jordan Henderson, but no. You got to look to the future, ain't you? Wharton and Rice. That's the future for England. Definitely. Anderson, I like Anderson. He's a talented lad, but he's nowhere near the levels of Warren.
He's been doing it for a little while now as well, hasn't he?
Yeah. He just finds playing football so easy.
Going back to the main question, I think Kudus, Doku's got to be in there just for form. He's performing fantastically, and I think I'd be quite interested in bringing Eze in at some point. But yeah, Reinders. I like Reinders because he just nailed in that City midfield as well. Enzo Fernandez, like you said, and I'm naming a few, but Enzo Fernandez could be on penalties as well now for Chelsea. But I can't really pick a third man out of that 5, really.
Let's move on then. We've done Grommers. Is it sensible to roll? We've rolled and we've rolled and we've rolled. We've had all the Oasis jokes from Ben too. He says, I'm yet to have Jay Pedro on my team. Is this a risky move? Is he highly owned, or is it good to have that extra striker spot to change now and again? He's got Haaland and Salah. I'm thinking of selling him, and I'm not worried about the ownership. What do you think?
I wouldn't be worried. He's not done out since game week 3, really. Game week 3 or 4. He's what's his last few games? 3 points. Brighton did not play at Lincoln. 5 points against United. 4 points against Bayern. 7 points against Brentford. His biggest haul were in that demolition of West Ham. I won't be scared. He's never fit anyway, is he? There's always a doubt.
One thing as well, like when you fear players like a Salah and Haaland, I always think there's always the chance that people are doubling up with the armband. And I don't think anyone's capping Pedro.
Yeah,
maybe
game
week 9.
If he gets a 10-pointer, it's a 10-pointer, isn't it? You doubt it's 20.
Game week 9, Sunderland Wolves, but then does he start the cup game? What do you think, Ben?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't see what's the rush of selling him, because he's one of them players that just gets bonus points. Like, he just ticks along, even if he ain't scored a goal. Okay, he ain't scored a goal for a while. He's still picking up points. He's still coming away with 5s and 4s.
I haven't got any stats in front of us either, but I have a feeling he's got a bit of at least he did at Brighton, for scoring against the bigger sides. I know he was always a pain against Arsenal, for sure. But
there's not many options.
I do think it was Brighton in general last season, were doing a number on some of the top sides, and he was usually there. But I guess he's just the route to other players, isn't he? With that price.
Yeah, I think so.
Current team value. How's your budget building going?
I am on 53.3.
52.5. I had a bad week this week.
I'm on 53.8 at the minute.
Lovely. Really,
I
really
think
nice.
even that I was struggling behind, and I had like 1 or 2 good weeks in a row, and it just changes it so quick.
Yeah, this week I think I went up by about 0.2 or 3. One of the lowest weeks this week of going up. But with the moves I wanted to make, it was, I mean, Palmer had to go, we were going down 0.3. I'd already took a 0.3 off Watkins last week. So I just tried to balance it out. We're trying to chase budget this week.
That in mind, would you make a like-for-like transfer, Foden to Doku, just to get a 0.5 swing in budget? Obviously, this is a hypothetical because they could both
Do you know, you just know
do the opposite in midweek.
Yeah, Foden's going to bang midweek.
Yeah.
I get what he's saying though. Yeah, if it is a 0.5 swing, 0.5 swing by the end of the week, you just know how Dream Team works, though, don't you?
I'd be more doing that move if you were doing it so that you could free up the difference in price between Foden and Doku to make your other transfer. If that depended on it, you still get the City coverage, but then you freed your money up to get someone to an Arsenal defender or something like that. Like, I don't mind it that way, but I wouldn't do it just for that reason, because that swap does stink of you're gonna get punished, aren't you? Like,
yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Would you do it, Ben?
No, I'd keep Foden. He's playing at the minute. He's been doing really well. I'd try and get Doku in as well, though, as beside him.
Would you rather buy Doku this week or Eze? If you had neither.
Well, it depends. Like, if you've got Reinders and Foden already, I probably would go Eze. But yeah, I would be really tempted to get Doku. I would really want him in there if I could. But if you only got one Man City midfielder, I think I'd get Doku in over Eze.
Right. Mini leagues. We've already booed you off. Lowest score out the door. Top 3 in the Dream Team Tonic Cash League. A Alot in 3rd. In 2nd, got Nathan Wisby. And in 1st, D Middleton Mids Mavericks. In Tonic Members Only League. Can you see that, Tony? Do you want to take this one?
Yep, top 3. Gaz Walker. 2nd, Tom Gledhill. And top of the shop, flying high, Nathan Wisby.
Wisby. He's off to a flyer, isn't he?
He is. Great start to the season, mate.
And that's all I've got. You've done low scores out the doors, and we're having a bit of trouble still with tag team, haven't we?
Well,
it's kind of there, but still names missing, so we can't. It's corruption.
well, it is, yeah. But yeah, no, it's going to get sorted this week. The last few teams will be entered. I think there is one team that's going to go in quite high. The rest of them aren't to bother, but yeah, we've kicked Ben out.
Everyone in, you know where he's going. Ah! Ah! maybe I should, if I get the time to do it, send us in some requests if you think if there's some good sound effects to boot people out of the lowest score out the door, let us know, and I'll try and rip them and put them on here. I think we're at less risk of upsetting the music gods if it's just a little sound effect to boot you out the door. So I think we might just get away with that. If you've got any good, I don't know, you are the weakest link. Goodbye style ones to boot people out, but yeah.
It is currently at the bottom of the league, halfway through the week. Just so we know who's in danger of being laughed at next week. Hold on, let me get it up. Miss Snoopy.
She not gone yet?
Oh,
How dare you?
she survived.
She's
Sorry,
in the
Miss
chat,
Snoopy.
isn't she?
Sorry, Miss Snoopy.
Second bottom, Lee Giles.
Oh, that's a showdown.
Yeah. So yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. But like I say, another round of fixtures to go. It's a long way.
Well, we won't take any requests for sound effects from people that are actually in the bottom. You can't pick your own exit track. Right, let's round it off there then. Yeah, we wasn't about for the it wasn't about for the deadline stream this week, but yeah, we'll have one at the end of this week, and also international break coming up. We do take a little break from doing the pod over the international breaks, but we will be doing a live Q&A with our Discord / Patreon members. So get yourselves in the Discord if you're not already. If you're one of the members that haven't joined the Discord yet, you can get in there for the live Q&A. And if you did want to sign up as a YouTube channel member or a Patreon member, get entry to our Discord included, and then you can join us for the Q&A over the break. But yeah, mics on, everyone. It won't just be us. Anyone else can join with their mics on, get involved, have a little chit chat. Anything to add?
No, just thanks to everyone for listening, supporting. If you haven't voted already, FCA, link in the description. Let's get us get me up on stage. Yeah, Ben.
Yeah, let's get up there.
Let's win the first ever Dream Team award.
Come on. Cheers all, and we'll see you on the next one.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
week, all.